Everybody loves Gravity Man stage for one reason, and that reason is a giant magnet in the corner! So cool! Maybe, maybe not. Gyro Attack is a multi-directional weapon which makes it great, but not as great as this. Whoa! I'm on the ceiling! Whoa! I like the dodging and firing through there too. Whoa! Look into my crystal ball. I love messing around here. Oh, right. Saving the world. This is so trippy. I'm climbing upside-down ladders, and the background's moving around, and even to slide, I hold up an A instead of down an A, like you normally do while you're on the ground. For as simple as this is, it's just so entertaining. I love it. Oh, boo. Boing, 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 boing. Now this always got me. No one has ever fallen into that pit and died. It is so far out of your way, you need to make a detour to fall in it and die. Gravity Man. Bad investment. If I had to change anything about Gravity Man stage, and I would, it would be to make this middle section here more gravity-tastic, because honestly, there's not really anything here that has to be in Gravity Man stage that wouldn't make sense anywhere else. Nothing here just screams gravity in the middle. And that sort of relates to another comment about Mega Man 3 being similar, because in both games, there were a lot of sections that just didn't live up to their full potential. I would have liked to have seen more use or different use, especially here, because this is the only stage where you get to flip gravity. I want to see it more. Oh, this is heartbreaking. Oh, painful. No, come back. Oh, so much waste. It's not a big deal at all. And that is fun too, because yes, you can actually die by falling up into a bottomless pit. Or bottomless ceiling, I guess, is more accurate. For the record, there's really no reason I need to be using Crystal Eye right here. Then again, reason rarely dictates anything I do in these games anyhow. I just like to show you that Crystal Eye can be used. Impractically, perhaps, but it can be used, like here. Oh, that was nice. Those guys are a pain. If you don't take them out immediately, they'll swarm you, and that's no good. That was pretty good, though. I like that. Good aim. I'll miss you, Gravity Flip. Whoa, what was that? Turbo Slide. I love wonky Mega Man physics. Makes me happy. Gravity Man! What a great fight. I don't think he's all that challenging. Once you get your head wrapped around the whole flipping from floor to ceiling deal. But it's not... Oh! Ah! Every time I get hit there. It's not that bad, actually, but it's a fun battle. Just all sorts of motion. Ha! I don't think he understood the gravity of the situation. That's okay, I'm not laughing either. Alright, but if you are sad that you will never again in the rest of this game get to see the gravity switching, fear not! If you need your gravity fix, play the NES game Metal Storm. Think of it as Gravity Man stage meets Contra, and there's a giant robot in there somewhere. It's actually a neat game. You can control gravity, flip up and down at will. It's very tricky, but it comes recommended. And now it looks like Protoman's teaming up with Gygus to give you a Starman to fight. Alright, a space station! We like the moon! Wait, that's no moon, it's a... Yeah, forget it. So if you're at full energy all around and you use an M-Tank, all of the enemies on the screen turn into one-ups. Nice! Banging two rocks together, I'll make fire out here in space yet. And this is Gravity Hold. As expected, it reverses gravity. Though I'm really surprised it's having such a dramatic effect out here in space. And with the stronger enemies, as normal, you need to hit them multiple times to destroy them, but if you soften them up a little bit, you don't need to flash Gravity Hold as many times to launch them into the stratosphere, or whatever sphere we have out here in space. This is nice right here. Oh yeah! When I first started making these Mega Man videos, I began to add audio commentary because I honestly didn't think that my playing on its own would be consistently interesting enough to hold anybody's attention for the whole time. But this video especially, I think, turned out really, really well, to the point where I almost am afraid to do audio commentary for fear that you'll miss something really awesome. And speaking of awesome, there's the letter M, the last letter we need to spell beat? What? That doesn't spell awesome. You're a bird! Bird is not the word, awesome is the word. Okay, well, bird is the word too, and bird equals awesome here. Look at this, teamwork. All right, you can stick with me, little helmet bird. Flash! Haha, I may not have Brightman's weapon anymore, but doggone it, I'm gonna pretend like I do. Yes, you did just see that with your own two eyes. Or one eye. Or bionic eye. However the case may be. Just this whole run, this whole video. I'm really pleased with this whole video. So much show-offery packed into some little space, it's gonna implode on itself in a ball of wow! Really, I'm not trying to brag, I just impressed myself on this video, and that's impressive. Gather round, float away. I'm launching rocket men into space, or deeper space, and that's just fun. Though I would like to see them slowly drift away, that would be funny. Boom! Yes, perfect. Okay, not so perfect aim. Hey, I hit one of the missiles on its way up. That's gotta count for something. I met my quota. Now, the reason I'm riding Rush through here is, well, Rush Jet doesn't get a lot of representation in this game for me, and also the top's really not that interesting. I'm just trying to be different. Whoa! Close dodge there. Starman's just up ahead, but I really don't feel like talking about him. I'd rather talk about Beat, and how Mega Man apparently just multi-classed to Ranger and picked up an animal companion. There's a few slightly different versions of the story, but the one I prefer is that Dr. Cossack, the not-villain of Mega Man 4, decided to help Mega Man in Dr. Light's absence by building Beat. Except Beat was incomplete, and Mega Man needed to pick up the remaining parts, which were conveniently labeled with big letters on them, and conveniently located in all the places that he was going anyhow. And once he got all the parts together, Beat was finally built and all functional. Except I can only imagine that in order to get Beat instantly working the moment he picks up the last letter, Dr. Cossack must have just handed Mega Man this broken bird and said, "Hey, stick letters into it until it works." And speaking of animals, Rush Coil does not bounce any higher in outer space. Wah. I never really saw that the version of Rush Coil in this game was any kind of an improvement over the previous two games, because you ultimately bounce just as high, but there's an extra step of needing to jump on top of him, which really isn't useful at all. What I meant to say was stand on Rush and then jump off him, but you know what I meant. So I got Starcrash and Super Arrow? Starcrash always makes me laugh, though, because there's an obscure sci-fi movie by the same name starring Christopher Plummer and David Hasselhoff, which I think is unintentionally hilarious. Check it out sometime. And I've got something important to say about Protoman's castle. It looks ridiculous. I want to make sure you can focus on the gameplay of this next part, so without further ado, Imperial Battleship, halt the flow of audio commentary. Come here, kitty. Zorch! And on the subject of animal cruelty, let's beat the bird. Summon Beat the Bird. Though Beat is super powerful, I would argue that using him is not a cop-out any more than using the Metal Blade in Mega Man 2 is a cop-out. And that's Super Arrow, it's suctioning. It's an interesting little utility, though it feels a little redundant given that we have Rush Coil and Rush Jet, which pretty much fulfill its function, but it has its uses. And Starcrash is a really good barrier weapon because you can throw it at things that it doesn't affect. I feel like there's a lot of enemies in this stage. A lot of dead enemies, that is! Oh, look at my aim! I am on fire! Not literally, though, because that would mean I'm taking damage, which would extinguish the whole me being on fire bit. I sense a swarm of enemies. Ah, the gravity tables have turned! And I'm bouncing around in there because if you just hold left, you might actually fly past and miss the nook. Kinda gotta jump into there. Hey, come back! Not fair! Nobody gets away from me that easily! Except for you. I'll make an exception just this once. Warning! Low ceiling. I can't imagine that's good for Mega Man's helmet, scraping along the ceiling like that. Oh, bummer, I'm out of time. Before I go, I have to ask you this important question. Are those buildings in the background really the color I think they are?